What's going on, everyone? I wanted to show you where a club that once existed way back in the, I guess, late 90s, mid to late 90s. Well, maybe it probably dates back to the 80s, but I know it was eventually torn down in the late 90s, maybe very early 2000s. But this is the vicinity where, well, it could have been anywhere in this area. But this was where the Outback Saloon once existed, and there were some known country artists that played there back in the day. And one of them that played there, because a couple of my friends saw him there, was David Allan Coe, the famous David Allan Coe. And apparently, you know, David Allan Coe is quite the character if you know who he is. I guess he got mad because the sound system, the speakers were terrible. So he stormed out, and then he told the crowd, he said, "I'll be out at my tour bus if any of you want to come hang out for a while or get autographs or talk or whatever the case may be." So, yeah, so he went out, and yeah, so he didn't, I don't think he may have played a song or two from what I understand, if that. But now across the way, across from the Bojangles, like I was talking about, is the old Fuel City, and I actually did find, I couldn't believe it, I found a picture of the old Fuel City online. Now I have some memories of Fuel City from when I was in my 20s, and yeah, you know, I was in my 20s, I did shady stuff like a lot of other 20s. We all do dumb stuff when we're younger, but you know, I did work at Adam and Eve for many years, and I'd getting my hands on, you know, some porn, you know, here, and we got a CB. We bought a CB and put it in our truck at one time. We almost got in trouble for this. Luckily we didn't, though. But anyway, we had truckers lined up. I mean, we had about 4 or 5 semis lined up in Fuel City. It was funny. I mean, they were like in a line. I guess, you know, I mean, the CB really worked, and to buy, back then, you know, that was still in the golden age of DVDs, so this is the early 2000s, so, yeah, we were making pretty good money selling DVDs to these truckers. And sure enough, yep, at the old Fuel City, it's now a Love's. I did not know that there would be a picture of Fuel City. I just figured it was demolished so long ago. I want to say at least 2005 was when it was demolished, but I think this is the remains of the old Outback Saloon. That'd be cool if the old sign was out here. Man, this was where the old bar was, the old Outback Saloon, where Mr. Coe played. We went to see him in Raleigh, my uncle and I, about 10 years ago, 12 years ago, but he was sick. But the band, the opening band, Rebel Sun, was awesome. We got to see him. If you like good Southern rock, country Southern rock, yeah, I suggest check him out. Man, look, this is remains of the old place. It's got to be. What else would it be? Yeah, look. I mean, that don't necessarily mean it's from the bar, but you never know, it could be. Guys, I appreciate you joining me. It's been fun. I'm glad I come out here because all this will be a Buc-ee's here soon. This will probably be parking lot. You can tell they have broken ground and they are building. I'm pretty sure that's the Buc-ee's. I could be wrong, but it will be in this area. Ha! Then someone shot an arrow into the tree. Oh, I can't get it out. Yeah, good place to shoot. So the wood makes sense because it was like an old wooden structure. Like, I wonder if this would have been like the steps, like the foundation for the porch of the bar. And here's an old meter, so that kind of lets you know, and a transformer, so that'll let you kind of know that there was a something here at one point. I don't remember anything else being here. Besides this. The only thing that was ever here, ever nearby was the Fuel City. And now, I mean, all this stuff's here now, but that transformer wouldn't be because of this. Because of the Bojangles, they have their own power supply. Trying to... Just happened to see that at the last minute. If anybody else thinks that this is the remains of the old Outback Saloon, let me know if you remember it. If you grew up in the Mebane, Burlington area, Haw River area, you got to. This would have been kind of between Mebane and Haw River. And then the Red Horse would have been back in the day in the late 80s. Maybe very early 90s, the Red Horse would have been over across the way. Now, famous country singers did stop in there. One of them that killed himself back in there, was it Mel Tillis? I can't remember. Whatever the country star that he killed himself in the late 80s, early 90s. My uncle, Bill, sat with him, my grandfather's brother, sat down and talked with him one time, but the Red Horse had a red horse on top of the place. It was a little breakfast diner that it was called the Red Horse. My grandma used to hate my granddad going in there because she said he would smell of grease when he came home. Yeah, so funny stuff, but a lot of memories in this little area from my childhood. I'm gonna take some pictures of this stuff, and maybe, you know, it'll end up online. And of course, I'll see you guys next time. Appreciate you joining me.